Michelle, a woman with long dark hair, sits at the kitchen table, focused on her phone. The door opens, and her husband enters. He approaches the table, watches her for a moment, and in a brusque gesture, snatches the phone from her hands. Alberto reprimands her angrily, questioning why she insists on using the phone instead of doing household chores. Visibly frightened, she tries to defend herself, arguing that he is exaggerating and humiliating her. The argument intensifies, with accusations that she is using the phone to flirt with other men. As the tension mounts, the couple's daughter, Anna, appears at the kitchen door, alarmed by her father's threatening shouts. Without answering, the father orders her back to her room and not to interfere in the conversation. However, Anna shows awareness of the situation and leaves with a look of reproach. Still shaken, Michelle argues that the daughter witnessed the aggressive behavior again. She warns him that he will end up in jail if he continues acting this way. With an ironic smile, he dismisses the warning, reminding her that they are financially dependent on him. Enraged, he threatens his wife, promising to punish her if the house isn't impeccably clean when he returns from a supposed friend's place. After his departure, she despairs, crying copiously at the table. The girl returns to the kitchen and asks if her father has left, wanting to discuss something very important with her mother. Anna suggests that they leave immediately, revealing she has planned everything for their escape. Hesitant, the woman claims they have nowhere to go and that they depend on the frightening Alberto. Determined, Anna insists on leaving. A friend, aware of the situation, has offered them shelter for a few weeks. The young girl urges her mother to pack quickly before he returns. With a mix of fear and hope, Michelle yields to her daughter's pleas and packs her belongings into a backpack before it's too late and the monster returns. The scene shifts to the living room, where Alberto returns, puzzled by the silence. He notices the house is just as he left it and starts looking for his daughter and wife, but without success. Anxiety takes over, and he decides to call Michelle, but the call goes to voicemail. The frightening man leaves a voice message. Pretending to be concerned and in a gentler tone, Alberto asks where his dear wife is. He returned from his friend's house and expected to find her there, but both she and their daughter left without informing him. If they have gone, the cowardly man begs them to return and declares he loves them very much. After finishing the voice message, he shows all his anger. Alberto is a frightening and manipulative man. Meanwhile, in a cozy room at the friend's house, Michelle thanks Anna for convincing her to leave. Holding the phone, the girl shows her mother an audio message sent by her father. In the message, he expresses concern for their whereabouts, stating he came home and found no one. He implores them to come back, saying he loves them very much. This is a typical strategy used by men like him, pretending to be remorseful. Moved by the message, Michelle considers returning. Anna, however, interrupts, disapproving of her mother's attitude. She reminds her of all the suffering they both endured because of his aggressive behavior and convinces her that he will not change. With her heart divided between hope and disillusionment, Michelle agrees, perhaps feeling foolish for still believing in his words after everything he did. To announce the end of this nightmare, Michelle decides to respond with an audio message as well. In a firm voice, she informs Alberto that they left the house due to his abusive behavior and do not intend to return. She declares that their marriage is over and that he should talk to their daughter later. She ends the message with a cold "I wish you all the best" and finishes the audio. In the living room, sitting on the sofa, the frightening and cowardly man hears the message from his now ex-wife and despairs. Alberto was confident that sooner or later Michelle would return. He never imagined that his reprehensible actions, to say the least, would ruin their marriage. He revolts at his wife's attitude. To him, it's absurd that she thinks she has the right to defy him. Angrily, he curses Michelle, repeating his arguments that she should obey him and not be exchanging messages on her phone. The scene ends with Alberto, consumed by rage and desolation, while mother and daughter, sheltered at someone else's house, seem to have found the strength and courage to break the cycle of violence and start a new life.